Hey guys, this is Dr. Sandy, and I'm making another video, a powerful video to help you and your family get the most out of life. And more importantly, I want to talk about a serious issue in this office, which is the issue of results. Our success rate is incredibly high. We're well over 90%. And again, even for me though, I'm always questioning how come we don't get 100, and there's certain variables. What I've noticed is if someone's waiting way too long, they've had a problem 40, 50 years, it's going to be tougher. So that's a granted, but we've even had success in those cases, but sometimes we can't hit the mark because there's way too much damage. Number two is a priority, and I want to talk about this. So it's funny, I've had people come here complain like, oh my God, I didn't know it would take this much work, how much it's going to cost. And I find it absolutely amazing that those same people who've complained about that have no trouble telling me they're going on vacation, getting something changed in the house, buying a new car, but the minute they have to make some kind of financial commitment to their health, it's like it's too much. They don't understand it. And one thing I can share with you, even if those people decide not to come here to spend money on their health to get healthy, they're going to have to go somewhere else and spend money on it. That's the reality. When I've studied healthy people, whether they have coverage or not, they do certain things. Me and my wife, we don't have insurance when we buy vitamins. We do it. We don't have coverage for going to the gym, doing certain things. We do it. That is health insurance. And if you want to be healthy, you can't limit yourself and say that, I have money for a trip to Jamaica, I have money for a trip to, back home or Europe or going to Asia. I can go to all these countries, but I want to be healthy, but I don't want to give my money in that direction, whether it's in my office or anywhere else. It's just not going to happen. It doesn't make sense. And then the second thing is a time issue. Some people have come here and they're like, yeah, I want to get well, I want to get well. They say all those things, and then they don't make the time for it. They show up, passionately for 2-3 weeks. They're on and off, up and down, and then guess what? You're not going to get results. And not just in my office, any office. You're going against natural laws. Natural laws say that you need to give time and attention to where you want to see a change. You have to realize you may have had a symptom for maybe 6 months to a year, maybe several years. Reality is you've probably had stress in the system for a long time, and it's going to take time to get out of it. And it may take months, it may take 6 months to even see some changes, but it takes time. But as a culture, we want instant results. And in this culture, a week is like an eternity and a month is like forever. And it just doesn't work that way. It takes time and repetition. And if you can follow that system, you'll get results. And you can apply that principle to anything in life. It's just like someone who wants to lose weight. If they're like, well, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, but I should lose the weight, it doesn't make sense. You may have to start buying healthier food to lose weight. You may have to have different eating patterns. But if you're like, well, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing and I should see a different result, I'm still not losing the weight, why not? Or making time for it and saying, you know what, I have to make time to exercise, take care of myself. Using that analogy, it's going to take time and energy, but if you don't put in the time, if you don't make that financial commitment, it just doesn't happen. I wish there was another way. If those are just natural laws. So if you're not seeing the results you want, look at those two categories, be sincere about it, say, am I giving it all I could be? And for a lot of our patients, I'm telling them, do the stretches, do this, avoid the caffeine, things that will help the healing process. And maybe you're doing it, but are you doing it to the level you could be? Maybe I gave you stretches, and if you could do them and you really want to get well faster, maybe doing it 2-3 times a day. Maybe I told you once, if you make time for it, do those things. There's so much you can do to help the healing process. Don't just think you're a victim. Why is this happening to me? It doesn't make sense. Every time you follow natural laws, you get results. Even if you don't believe in the law of gravity, it will affect you. If you walk off a building, obviously someone would get hurt. There are certain natural laws. If you follow them, you will see results. But if you're not following the law properly, you won't see the results. Okay? So that's my inspiration for the week, guys. I'll be here next week with another episode of Ask Dr. Sandy.